symphony. Pop's long haul working moms preaching an epiphany. Bunch of smart ass souls and rivers running with steel. Hustling our bones, a true user's deal. Spend nights at poker games, small stack grind. Dream so big, change the world on my mind. Earned every penny and appreciate the pay. Was check to check, now I'm close to walking away. They say the good die young, and I'm scared I'm great. So I cherish each breath, every God bless day. These boots on the ground, no matter what they say. Yeah, we ride on this side. Get the hell out the way. Get the hell out the way. Finance I learned from Robin Hood. Climb up a ladder to the blue face goods. Then get creative on how to give it back. Maybe make a kick and we'll stick it, these stack racks. They say it's crucial to be frugal. If you make it last. You can Google all the brutal bankrupt stories of the past. But we're on it and we're learning about the future out here. And we're yearning to be churning life into another gear. They say the good die young, and I'm scared I'm great. So I cherish each breath, every God bless day. These boots on the ground, no matter what they say. Yeah, we ride on this side. Get the hell out the way. Get the hell out the way. They say the good die young, and I'm scared I'm great. So I cherish each breath, every God bless day. These boots on the ground, no matter what they say. Yeah, we ride on this side. They say the good die young, and I'm scared I'm great. So I cherish each breath, every God bless day. These boots on the ground, no matter what they say. Yeah, we ride on this side. Get the hell out the way. Get the hell out the way.
All right. Good morning. We are Simple Sean, purposely performing. Fucked that up already. Me. We are purposely performing as Simple Sean, and we reluctantly react as Tinfoil HT. I am Sean, and I am a schizophrenic. Interesting thing about being a schizophrenic, it's not like bipolarism where you think you are the voices in your head. It's where you actually, all of the voices in your head have names, and you have lunch with them. That's not the way we want to go. We got to work on that. One day we'll get the intro down. But today, as a schizophrenic, you get to, you learn and appreciate the phrase of have a child's mind. And when you break that down and you sit and think about that, we get confused to think that it's about being curious, but as a child's mind is they just make up whatever shit they want to be real. And when we're little, we play Let's Pretend, we play Tea Time, we play Cowboys and Indians until the point at which an adult says to us that we can't do any of those things. And at that point in our experience, we're like, yeah, maybe we can't combine a cat with, we can't combine a hawk with a kangaroo, no matter how awesome it would be to have that wingspan and that kick as a kickboxer. You just can't combine the two. But as a schizophrenic, the interesting part is you start to get older and you realize that we just swapped out our imaginary games for their imaginary games. So instead of Cowboys and Indians and Tea Times, we have nope, lost the flow. Instead of Cowboys and Indians at tea time, we have start times and deadlines and corporate dinner parties and bullshit, but whatever. That didn't work out. Got to get the line, get that joke to like, the intro needs to set up the fact that like this entire thing, the entire experience is a simulation, and that we are in control of it. And it's basically just one big game of let's pretend. But so today, I think I'm going to play Let's Pretend of as my role of the executive chancellor of the unsolicited, unconfirmed, undocumented league of fans, or whatever the name made up shit that I have is. We're going to pretend to be a music reviewer. Because that's something that I know nothing about and nobody would appreciate. I do appreciate art, though. I did spend last night and this morning listening to the new album by Pat McAfee, the Diary of a Polarizing Figure. It's not a bad deal. So I am not a music professional by any stretch of the imagination, but I did write some thoughts down yesterday while I was listening to it. Where are we at? Yeah, so if you're gonna, my first impression is based on, I don't know how to fucking, probably should organize our thoughts here, but I don't have any. Definitely some good songs on here. Let's do need to caveat this with, I do not believe that this album was made for anyone other than the artist to be able to express their situation. So in reviewing this, I'm reviewing it from a perspective of I am aware that this is not for me, but I get to experience it and choose whether I enjoy it or not. So I guess if anybody ever listens to the feedback, like, take it for that. Like, this is when you make art, you, as I'm discovering and writing this ordeal and trying to provide, the goal is to provide an experience for the person viewing it. But like, I don't think that this was made for the audience to have a particular experience. This album was made so the audience can appreciate the experience that the artist is having, if that makes sense. As opposed to what I'm trying to do, which is I'm trying to provide a comedic situation with I want to achieve a very specific experience for the people that watch, that do it. So that's, so that being said, like, I appreciate the art. I appreciate for what it is. I appreciate I hate this word, but courage. Like, it is not easy. It's not easy when I have like 4 people. There's 3 people watching the stream right now. I think it said there were like 36 that watched it yesterday. I have a hard time sharing. Vulnerable is not the right word, but like sharing my experience with nobody. I could only imagine like the internal conversations that would be happening if I was going to bear that level of intimacy with random people. So I appreciate the sharing of the perspective. That being said, My entire life, I've been the friend that nobody wants to have because as the relationships that I want to have in my life is I want the people that are going to keep me out of my comfort zone, which is weird considering that I'm probably the biggest, laziest turd in the world because I kind of rely on other people to push me to the hold my beer moments. And when I'm the one responsible to be like, hold my beer, to keep that up, it's not too I'm not too inclined to prove myself wrong, but I'm really, really motivated to make other people like eat shit. Um, so like this is this is my review from my perspective of somebody else's perspective. Fucking circle jerk myself into nonsense. Um, but album. So the album is. So I'm going to review this as if the goal was for this to be a platinum album, right? Like what is the motivation? Like I think the album's good. I don't think it's great. I think there's definitely things to improve, but when you get into the tiramisu of the experience, I don't think that this album was going to be the great album anyway. I think this this was a see how it works. I use the analogy of when you go to a new restaurant and you have to try something different. Um, I never I'll never change or substitute a dish that I've never had before. Um, and the reason being is the chef, the artist has put this together in this order for an intended purpose for a reason. Like this is the experience that the chef wants to give you. And I always want to give the chance to experience something the way that the artist wants you to experience it. And then I will fucking critique it and fix it and fuck around with it until it's the experience I want to have, if it's even close to an experience I want to have. No one gives a fuck what you think. This is kind of a weird thing to say to yourself as you're giving an opinion on something nobody like. Wild thoughts, my man. But in any event, nothing I do is not discombobulated. So the joys of being a crazy person is most of what you say is crazy. Um, but I did write. What did I write? A couple things that I wrote on this one. Let's see. Smoke is definitely my new. Smoking is on the playlist to the fire pit playlist. That's definitely the one that is worthy of enjoying while you're smoking. It definitely has. We'll listen to that one. That one's definitely good. Uh, Blue Collar Orchestra. That's my favorite song on the album. That one is the one that one speaks to me. That's the one I will play at the beginning of the stream until I get a cease and desist order, probably, or until something else comes along. But this one, like the phrase "only they say the good die young," and I fear I'm great. Like that's something that I appreciate to a level. If you've ever listened to anything I say, like that's my biggest fear. Is not that my biggest fear of doing most things isn't that um, I'm going to fail. I'm actually more comfortable failing. It's being a success. And like interesting thing listening to some of these songs is reality is a mirror of your experience, right? You focus on the reflections that resemble you. And like one of the reasons that I probably invest so much time into experiencing like the Pat McAfee experiences because um, the experience he's that I'm observing is the same experience but different paths. Like I'm what you get when you get a Pat McAfee who doesn't have those sinks to keep him from falling all the way down. If that makes sense. Like, um, but whatever, it doesn't make sense. But I do think I said this yesterday on the pre-action to the the album that I hope that this would be the final temper tantrum of the child, um, and then we would move on to like doing bigger and better things. And it's as you get to be 40, this is that what potentially is the final phase change of your life, the final phase 4. Like you have it when you're like 4 or 5, where you move from being a baby to being a child, and then between like 10 and 13, you move from being a child to being an adolescent, and then in that 18 to 25, you grow from being an adolescent to an adult, and then when you get to your 40s, if you haven't already, like that's the transition to where you move from being an adult to being you. And like that's the irony part of that is like the initial stage is the I, the 5 to 8 is the me, the 13 to 18 is the we, the 18 to 40 is the us, and the 40 and beyond is the you. And like that makes more sense. That's the evolution of this is not going to be a funny day. Fuck you, Sean. Yeah, it's interesting. It's an interesting album. Um, it's definitely not written for me, but it was definitely appreciate the experience. I do, I do receive it as like that goodbye letter from the Pat. I wrote that the polarizing figure is the goodbye letter of from the innocence of Pat McAfee. It's kind of the cub. Like if you think about it as a circle of life, this is the cub becoming a lion. Like this is the transition in between. Hopefully, maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I guess this is the friend father figure looking at the experience from 30,000 feet, going, um, taking the Christopher Walken's line from Pool Hard Junkies, where it's like he says sometimes the lion needs to remind the jackals that he's a lion. Um, it seems like Pat's making it a point to remind the jackals regularly that he's a lion. I hope that it like this is the moment where he steps back and just lets the jackals be jackals. I guess the lion doesn't worry about the opinions of the sheep, and like he writes something in there about how he there was a line in there about sheep, and if you're constantly wasting your energy fighting with the sheep, who's really who's really uh, who's really the sheep? If I can, like that's kind of where it's gotten to from my perspective. Like I'm a nobody. I'm I invest nothing but time into this. I'm never going to never's a long time, but I'm not in a position in my experience where there's ever going to be a monetary, and it's very clear through most of the writing of this that most of the motivation of of Pat McAfee experience is monetarily being able to the joys of the monetary fuck you, whether it's pointing at the scoreboard and saying this is what I have, or uh, being able to do the flex of whatever it is. And that's why the uh, the one song on here that I'm like, I wonder, I would like to, what is it? Rich as shit. I wonder, I wonder if when when the choice has to be made on whether or not uh, you're chasing money or experiences 5 or 10 years when the kids are grown up, if rich as shit, if we're still, if rich as shit is still defined, the same things that define rich and rich as shit are still what are used to define as being rich. Like that's the one I I did. I think it's funny. Like I want to. I'm probably that one. I'm probably going to sit down and write the mirror version of that because um, fuck it. It's my tea party. I'm gonna fucking pretend whatever I am anyway. But I'm the opposite. Like I'm the same, but the opposite. Like you know how when you look in a mirror, you raise your hand. You raise your right hand. The left hand of the mirror raises up, and like I think that's kind of the reflection that I am to the Pat McAfee ordeal. It's like I have no desire. I have no desire to ever be uh, in the position that someone like a Pat McAfee is, like where you're that um, um, known. Um, but the one thing of the one other thing, because there's a whole bunch of one things. Um, the title of a polarizing figure I found very interesting because if you think about the greats, like they've always been polarizing at some point, but that's polarizing is just you can't be polarizing until you get to the atmosphere or the threshold between one phase and the next. Um, what that means is like right now, everybody's the filter is put those who mind are on opposite ends, right? So you have the people who only mind in a good way, and then you have the people that only mind in a bad way. Those are your polars. Like that's what we think is the polarization. You have the geniuses and you have the insane. Like we divide everything into poles, and that's where the joke that I'm trying to run between the fact that I'm sitting on that line between genius and insanity. Um, at this point in the experience, McAfee sitting on this threshold of love and hate. It is, and the weird thing is, we think that we don't ask for that, but that's exactly what you ask for when you move in that direction. You cannot be loved without being hated. Like it's you can't have one without the other because they're the same thing. Um, love is simply the ignorance of the things that are holding you back from your purpose, and hate is the ignorance to the things that are pushing you towards your purpose. Like that's what love and hate is. So we're all trying to be ignorant to all of it so we can just flow in the direction that we're supposed to go, if that makes sense. And that's what faith is. Faith is just realizing that everything is what it is. It's not, McAfee's not good or bad. He's both at whatever time. Like there's another song in there. Well, let's fucking play it. Let's fucking play it. Let's fucking see if we can get sued for copyright infringement. It's on YouTube. I can do whatever the fuck I want. I don't even know if I can. They sent me the other day that they're not going to monetize me. I have 7 people that view my shit. I don't think anybody fucking cares. So Pitbull, let's see, is this one a good one? Let's see. super interesting. So the theme that I have in this album is money, like chasing money, and it's super. I find it intriguing. We'll just play this, and we'll play Collider. Um, I have my nephew's 21. Or, yeah, fuck, he turns 21 yesterday. Son of a bitch. Um, Probably should send him a letter. And his biggest thing is to chase money and change the world. It's very interesting as like I'm moving closer to 50 than any other number. Like I have no money and I've had money, and it's interesting that money isn't what made any time money isn't what made any time better. If that makes sense. Like, yeah, you're able to take, like, would the experience have been more comfortable if you were able to take a private plane and stay in a cushy room? I don't, would it have been? Like, I think we overestimate that. So it's super interesting to listen. Like, it's interesting to hear this. Um, where I wonder if, like, rich ever changes from to value than money. But yeah, but this one is the excuse me. Definitely a good one. This is my song. This is the jam. So that line right there, spending nights at poker games, small stack, grind. Like, there's a joke that I'm trying to work into my bit where it's like where society is, and the way the joke goes. If I ever get there, I'll get there. When I get there, the joke will go like, we've progressed so far that society is really a poker room, and we're all and the government is still stuck playing war. And like, for a poker player, if you understand poker, if you played poker, like, that might resonate with you. It might be too deep, but like the small stack grind is, I used to play poker for a long time to pay my bills, and like it's so funny. Like, that line means a whole bunch because it's, if you watch Grinder, I forget the guy's name, but like they make a joke about how he's got like a leather ass for sitting around, but it's like, yeah, and it was a grind, but I never had to go to office, and I always had a situation, and it seemed like when I was doing it, it seemed like it was such a job, such a hassle, and then I got a real job, and it was like, fuck, I'd go back and do that any day. But like, that line there is like, that one is that one, I don't know if anybody picks up on it or if it means what I think it means, but like, that small stack grind is hard because you're, at some point you gotta take your shot, or you're gonna die. Like, that kind of, that I don't know, that one. The best line on the album is right there. This one right here. They say the good die young, and I'm scared I'm great. young and I'm scared I'm great. They say the good die young and I fear I'm great. The meaning of life. Another part of the joke of the comedy, like the meaning of life is to orchestrate your own suicide. So that's the poetic genius of what I have going on. And when you say that line, like the good die young and I fear I'm great, like if you believe the good die young and you think that you're great, like the image of your flaming out in a blaze of glory just runs through your head so often, so weirdly. But yeah, that's the bar of the album right there. The good die young and I fear I'm great. I've been saying that for the fear I'm great part is a genuine fear of people, including myself. Is like I don't if what you're watching from like the Pat McAfee experience is what happens to what the people who are great are, like why would you want to do that? I wouldn't want to put myself through that. That's just fucking nonsense. Oh, and then like the last part of this, like I could die young and feel I'm great. Um, the the interesting thing about, again, I'm going to go with the fact that I'm a mirror of the situation. People like myself, we're not looking to cause problems. We're not looking to get in the way. We're not looking to interfere. We're not looking to take away from other people's experiences. So, but we also want to have our own. So we're going to find that area, find that path, find that faith, find that space between your good and your great, your insanity, your genius, your good and your bad. And we're going to live in there, in that, basically the line that I call faith, where everything is just, we're going to go after it. So we're going to be over here where you don't want to be, and we're going to go hard in the paint. So if you ever, when you start seeing that we're having a good time, or you start seeing that we're doing good things, we didn't get in your way to fuck around. So don't get in ours. Um, and that's kind of like a mentality. I'll say we have, the people that run like me or think like me, like we're not trying to do what you're doing. We don't care what you're doing, or we care what you're doing, but we don't care so much. But like, I don't know, fuck it, I don't know if to explain that very well. I suck at this. But yeah, this one I like. Yeah, wasn't playing anything the whole time. That sucks. This is why I don't produce a podcast. Because I'm terrible.
So I cherish each breath, every God blessed day. These boots on the ground, no matter what they say. Yeah, we ride on this side. They say that you die young and I'm scared I'm great. So I cherish each breath, every God blessed day. These boots on the ground, no matter what they say. Yeah, we ride on this side. Get the hell out the way.
I don't think I'll ever be able to say God bless day, but appreciate that. That one's my jam. That's definitely the one I enjoy the most of the whole album. This is my 4th time going through the album in what? 10 hours. That one's not my favorite. Young Me's an interesting song. It's an every once in a while song.
If I seen young me, what would I tell him now? Just breathe, it'll all work out.
This is the typical. These two songs are the songs I hope resonate with McAfee, and that you don't gotta fight every fight. Like, it's all gonna work out. Everything's gonna be fine. Fight the fight worth fighting, and then fight the fights you can win. Like, you can't beat the haters, man. So just fucking keep living your life. Because there's more people like me out there that don't give a fuck. Like, that's not to be a negative thing. Like, most people just care that you're having a great time and fuck the rest of the people. And I hope that, like, after this, you're able to, like, focus on the people that matter. Like, those who don't mind don't matter, those that matter don't mind. And sometimes that means kind of finding that middle ground where it's not all the people that are yes people, right? They're all about whatever you want, and it's not all about the haters who just want to see you smile. If that makes sense. And like, that's kind of what always these, if I was a young person, would I tell, what would you tell them? It's like, that's basically what everybody says. It's just like, it'll all work out. You're going to go through some shit. Just know that the other side is going to be better if you make it better. But that was a different, this is an interesting one, definitely. Listen to that one. What's Polarizing Figure is another. The namesake of the album.
I'm so confused and conflicted about this life that I'm living. Everything that I do, some pumped and some shit. You see, there's some who will hide, and some who wish I would die. So every new sitch, is it alright or on sight?
Here we go.
It's an interesting thing when you get where you're going. Would you still do the journey with what you now know? And am I blessed or am I cursed? Am I the best or the worst? Every day I ask these questions, and now I pray I get the message.
Here's the message. You're both. You're all of it, and you're none of it. Like, this, the message that you would give the young you for being a polarizing figure is, you asked to be the best. I'm going to go through the transition that I think you have the conversation with yourself. Like, you want to be the best. You want to be, if you want to be the best, you have to understand what comes with it, right? Like, being the best, you come with haters, and you have to forget about it. Like, I wonder if anybody ever takes that from. No one ever says that to you at the beginning. Like, you never think about the fact that are you the best? Are you the worst? You're both. You're the best version of you, and probably for many different things, they would define you as the best. But, like, to be the best at one thing is it makes you the worst in another, right? Like, it's the way the universe works. It's a very wild, wild thing. But this one I think, this one is the one that I think you feel the most emotion from McAfee, and like, this one he's telling the story. This is the story of right now, I think. But the message is, the message is that this is the point when you stop caring.
Stories out of context from folks considered trustable. They're reckless with the narrative, searching for comparatives. Eliminate disruptor. To them it feels imperative. Death threats bring hairy times. Hot stress from scary lies. Folks you never met, wishing for your demise. Is an interesting thing when you get where you're going. Would you still do the journey with what you now knowing? Am I blessed or am I cursed?
Am I the best or the worst? Every day I ask these questions. I pray I get the message. Am I blessed or am I cursed? Am I the best or the worst? Every day I ask these questions. I pray I get the message. The real question is, how often do you ask that question and you think you're the worst? I wonder if anybody realizes that that's from that direction. Oh, the worst. Every day I ask these questions, and now I pray I get the message. Am I blessed or am I cursed? Am I the best or the worst? Every day I ask these questions, and I pray. Yeah, somebody who asked those sings that song from the perspective of the worst and being cursed. It's a good song. I think you probably that's the one that you feel the most. I think you put the most of him into singing, if you're asking me. This is a fight song. Not a big fan of that one. This is another one. This song. This is my new smoking jam, and I was listening to it this morning without smoking because I don't have any weed right now. But I was thinking, like, I don't think so. This entire album, I do not think is in Pat McAfee's singing voice, right? Like, I think this is like, I'm figuring out how the process works type of situation. So, like, that's the tiramisu layers of everything. Like, I don't know how it all went down, but like, it sounded like Jelly Roll introduced him to people in Nashville, and Nashville introduced him to some people, and he followed their directions, right? Because like I said, the first time that you have a dish, you don't ask for it to be changed because you want to experience how the people that know are doing it. So I think like he went through a lot of this process of it was a lot of yes, okay, yes, okay, yes, okay, because the grown-ups were telling him that's the way it should be done. So I'm excited to see what the next album is, what the next chapter of the diary gives us. I don't know as though I want, as a fan, I don't know as though I want or need any more of the steps to the plateau, I guess. Like, this is all past bullshit. Like, this is got arrested for jumping into a thing. I was a kicker, and now I'm a media mogul, and I fucking reinvented media and like all of the trials and tribulations to that. This is this progression from here. And at some point you gotta stop feeling sorry for yourself. And I hope this is there, like, for lack of a better term, again, some point you gotta stop feeling bad about yourself and crying about it. And you have to get over it. Like, that's the process is what it is, and you go through what it is. Like, I kind of hope that this is the moment, like, this moving forward, like I said, we realize that the lion doesn't need to worry about what the lambs and the jackals are doing. But like this song here, I was thinking about it. Like, I enjoy Machine Gun Kelly, and like his little verses that he puts. He's actually very good. You don't go toe to toe with the best and think you're gonna win. But like I think he's got some good stuff. And like for some reason I think Machine Gun Kelly having a verse on this song would be awesome.
Through this life, I guess I'm called little vines. A plan that's been very kind to my hyperactive mind. It slows me down and lifts me up. Not a couple but brings luck. Sleepless nights find a hug for speaking this somebody's touch. From a peace pipe to a cone, baby, buzz like a beehive, feels like home, baby. I be smoking just to get away. I be smoking every night and day. I be smoking silence, what they say. I gotta clear my hands, call it a haze. I be smoking just to get away. I be smoking every night and day. I be smoking silence on the hate. I gotta clear my hands, call it a haze.
I don't think this is a country song.
Feels like folks know, don't mind high vibes. Just let me float them on free time. I'm so not low. Souls in the clouds, brains moving slow. I be smoking just to get away. I be smoking every night and day. I be smoking silence when they say I gotta clear my hands, call it a haze. I be smoking just to get away. I be smoking every night and day. I be smoking silence on the hate. I gotta clear my hands, call it a haze.
This is my smoking jam. What else we got?
Had to say goodbye to my favorite dog. Coffee burned my mouth, brains in a fog. The sun ain't shining, there's some shit in the air. Life got pretty crazy with no time to prepare. But I'm still here, and I'm still breathing. This heart in my chest just keeps on beating. And I'm not dead, so life is pretty good. Work my ass off like everybody should. Great to be above earth, not 6 feet below. How much time we got, man, no one ever knows. But I'm not dead, so life is pretty good. Give more than I take, like everybody should. Great to see some moonshine, not buried below. Is tomorrow coming, man, no one ever knows. Yeah.
This is the
Expectations stacking like pieces leaning tower. Baby girls waking up every single hour. There's some creaks, there's some cracks, and a loss of some shine. But each and every scar is a true tale of mine. I'll take every wrinkle, every smear, every blemish that appears. That a patience constellation celebrate.
that one's
I wanna be rich
This is
as
the song.
shit before I die. Cause I've been broke, no joke, I'm talking pennies and dimes.
somebody
I've worked my ass off just to get by. We're all floating through space. I'm trying to upgrade the ride.
This one I find interesting because this one is a perspective one that I find I wanna wonder if it changes, because it was like the chasing of money and upgrading the ride and everything. I reflect on everything, it's like I've been rich as shit forever. It has nothing to do with how much money I have in my bank account. And like I wonder if like I'm just naive, or if like other people are in the position to have more absurd money than they have ever had. That's not to say like money definitely, obviously right now, like you need money to do things. But rarely do you need money to do things for you. You need money to do things with or for other people. It's super interesting that like that's where we run into. But rich as shit, I'm gonna fucking rewrite this song for the poor people. Or
Looking up at everything is an interesting perspective. Kinda getting fucked, feels like that's the message. Working like a dog, just hoping for a treat. Callus on these palms and some blisters on my feet. I've had this.
and this is a song for the child. I think I'm over my hour. I'm just about there.
There's a dash between two dates. The second one is never late. Never.
This song, Click Clack, it reminds me of. This is like the first song you have coming out of your locker. You're just listening to this, like sitting in your locker, getting your head right. Pads are on. You just like get ready to walk out, standing in the door. Got the captain in the front, started to jump up and down all shit.
Well, that's the Lord saying.
They just slowly start walking out. And you hear those cleats clack, click, clack. Like you're walking out of this asphalt.
Feels like about to be iconic before midnight. So tell them keep their eyes open if they wanna see. This shit's a lock. Take a shot, I'll leave in a Terry. It's time to go and steal the show. Trying to be the go. Click, clack, reload. It's time to go and steal the show. Trying to be the go. Click, clack, reload. We got the suits quaking, shaking, breaking. Everybody's waiting, no debating that they hating greatness, invading and baking. Well, it's a new generation with a lethal combination.
This is what I would have in my headphones. I have a jugs machine. Running mock rights. Like, this is that. Get your mind mellow but angry. Like, that's the song right here. Click, clack, reload. There we go. Yeah, so that's my meaningless and pointless review. I think it's well done. I don't think it's the voice that I expected. Definitely not what I expected. I don't think hindsight's 20. Yeah, hindsight's vision's 2020. I would never do it, so it's like I don't. Any critiques that I have isn't like negative. I guess it's the things that I say that were bad are just to make the next one more for me. I guess I don't know what the right term is, but like I would be intrigued to see what he does in a different or hybrid genre, not the country genre. I think he's I don't think that his message or his voice fits the country realm. I think it was forced. It's a forced ordeal, and force is not the right term, but like I think more naturally he fits in something else. Is more of a, like I said, I wrote the trifecta genre that I think would fit, and how you get there I have no idea, or if you even want to get there is another question. But truly enjoyed it. Thank you for doing it. I appreciate how difficult thinking about doing something like this would be, and I can only fathom how difficult it is to actually do it. So no matter what anybody says, you should be proud of it, because most of us would never have the balls to even take the shot, and you've taken the shot. It's pretty well on point. So well done, congratulations. I will enjoy several of the songs, and I appreciate some of them to a point at which as an artist, I hope you appreciate. So, didn't work on the skit today. It's okay. I've been meditating on it and have some ideas, and now we just got to get the voices in my head to start talking the same language. But see y'all tomorrow. Enjoy life. As always, there is no action without reaction. So please, as always, react with purpose, react promptly, and if possible, react politely. If we all took care of ourselves, we would all be taken care of.